Welcome all trail trekkers. Right, where am I today? Well, I'm not that far from Newcastle, which is a large sort of city in the northeast of England. But the amazing thing about Newcastle is, and I've always said this, is you drive 15 minutes in most directions, obviously away from the coast. You don't want to drive into the North Sea, but drive inwards 15 minutes away from a massive sprawling city. You've got beautiful sort of proper countryside where it's really, really beautiful. I mean, where I am today is Ovingham. Now it's near Whittle and Prudhoe. It'll say Prudhoe on the map, but as Geordies we call it Prudhoe because we're lazy. We sort of truncate words and things like that. So near Prudhoe. I should have a look at Prudhoe Castle at one point, but we'll leave that for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm in Ovingham, or thereabouts anyway, so I'm near the Tyne River. Now the Tyne River, if you follow me on Instagram, things like that, you'll know I'm a big fan of the Tyne River. The wildlife along there is massive. Beautiful. Well, we're really spoiled, but this is further to the west, so you're going towards the source of the water rather than the where it comes out of the sea. So I'm really looking forward to this. But it's quite sort of stout at this point. I'm going to cross the bridge and then I'm going to go up to look at a place called, I think it's called Whittle Dene. Now what I do is, and it's no real big secret, I've said this in a few of the videos, I just pick a point at random. What I do is I just go on Google Maps, I just zoom in, look for any green bits and go, that looks interesting, bang. And that's what I've done today. So I'm hoping it's quite nice. In fact, what I'll do is I'll pull a map up. I was just about to do that, and there's some blackbirds there. It looks like a parent and it's feeding the young one, so that's nice. Because we're still in summer at this point, so the abundance of insect life is massive. So they're able to feed themselves and offspring at the same time. In fact, listen, see if you can hear the birds. Can you hear them? A little bit of traffic there. Is that a chiff chaff or something? Anyway, so bird experts will probably be able to work that out straight away. So what I'll do is we'll pull up a map and I'll just show you where I am and what the plan is, because I'm just going to sort of mix and match. I noticed a few little trails, so I'll just hit those trails and mix and match and see what I can find. Really, I've already seen pigeons, rabbits, blackbirds, all sorts of wildlife already. Very, very quiet here. So come on, let's pull up the map. Right, let's get onto this map here. Okay, so rather than going on normal maps, what I'll do is I'll go on to, let's hit Alpine Quest. Right, where are we? It says we're over here, but I'm not too sure. There we are. Right, okay. So here's a river Tyne along here, obviously. It goes all the way along, and in fact, is this upside down? It looks upside down to me. So we'll put it the right way. That might help. So it's makes a little bit more sense. So here are we on the southern side of the thing. Now there was a place down here with a funny name. You've got the Adam and Eve there. There was some place called Big Licks or something. I think it might have been an ice cream place. So I'm going to go. I'm parked here. This blue dot here, and then we're going to go up here and then up to here, and then we're going to cross the Ovingham footbridge. It says footbridge. It is footbridge on the right hand side here. You can see donated by this dotted red line, but this is a road bridge on the left. It's only one way, so you've got to look over and see if anyone's coming before you go. So we're going to go over here, then you've got St Mary the Virgin's Church. I might have a quick look at that because it looks quite quaint and beautiful and unspoiled. And then there's a little path. Now can you see there's a segmented path here, which means sort of like a back lane, and then you've got this red dot, and then you've got Whittle Dene. In fact, we'll turn around so you can see it there. See where it says Whittle Dene there? Now can you see this red line here, and it splits off at 2 points. I might take a left down by the water, and then it splits again. I don't really want to go through fields, so I'll probably continue on that path, and then we'll go up, and if there's any high topography, I'll probably get up to have a look, and we'll continue all the way along, and I'll probably bear left all the way, and by doing that it means on the way back I can bear left again, and we'll be on the right hand side of the water, and we'll come back. So that looks quite interesting. It looks unspoiled because it's not near anything. I think that's a farm, but that's fine. And these must be fields of some sort. And there's some water source there, so that'll be quite interesting. So I'll have a look at that. So enough of me waffling, let's get on with this. believe all the flowers here. It's incredible. I haven't even, I've basically just started the walk. There's some brilliant stuff here. The leaf on that. Interesting one here. If I remember rightly, I think it's called lamb's ear or something, because look, it's actually fluffy. See it? And it feels like a lamb's ear. It's dead soft. It's almost like a piece of felt. Look, see the hairs? In fact, I'll zoom in so you can see. There, you can see them. Isn't that incredible on a plant? I presume it's to stop insects eating it, but amazing. I'm just in St Mary's here, or the grounds of. Look at the size of this poppy. Look, there's my hand. It's massive. Absolutely huge. brilliant looking place here. Obviously been here a long time. The trees are massive. There's normally gives you an idea of the length of time that some place has been around. Very interesting. So I'm going to have a look around here, see if I can spot anything cool. Quite an interesting gravestone here. Look at how old that is. But look, no names. Now you know why that is? That's from water. That's erosion. Watch. Look at the erosion on the face of that. And in fact on the back, look how that's bowed in. So obviously that would have been flat at some point, but all eroded away. So that looks like a natural sort of reddened sandstone. You can see the lichen on it. Look. That's old lichen, that when it gets that big. But how sad. So all that remains is the carved face, and not a lot else. loving this place so far. Ovingham, I've come out of the villagey bit, hit the path, and within 2 or 3 minutes, listen. Isn't that fantastic? Nature. I can hear pigeons over there. There's a blackbird over there, a robin over there. Beautiful. So we'll walk along. But it's opened right up at this bit. Look, it's almost like a floodplain because behind me there's a river. So the river's still on my left. So if you remember on that map I was going to bear left. So that's what I've done. I've bore left here. It's beautiful. Not a single person about. No dog walkers, nothing. It's a shame the sun isn't fully out, but you can see from the clouds it's thinking about it. See up there? It's teasing. That's what the sun does in this country. It teases. It says any minute now you're going to be able to live in a situation where a human can survive without clothing. And then it goes, no, you can't. Get the heating back on. So I'm thoroughly enjoying it so far. Nice and relaxing with those bird sounds. Absolutely fantastic. Anyway, sorry for waffling. We'll continue. Just having a look here, doing a bit of tracking. There's a hell of a lot of animal sign. See there? I'll move left and right. See how there's like a little corridor there in the centre of the screen towards that dark entrance? And then there, you've got a line. It's very hard to see on camera, but I move. It's basically there. And some of them are very low down and lightweight. Multiple small sort of animal sign tracks, low down ones. I really don't think they're all people walking their dogs. So it must be abundant with life here. But that's what happens when places are unspoiled. You get proper nature. So extremely interesting. I might follow some of these tracks and see what I can spot. Ooh. Right, I've reached down to the burn, so there it is there. It's beautiful. Listen, bird song down here is exquisite. A load of dead wild garlic over there, which I'm going to go and investigate. But look, the trees are dead high. Look. So I've stopped anyway for a break because look, see that there? And that's all. I know it's a bit gross and disgusting, but look at the sweat. So I'm absolutely sweating to death. So it went from average to red hot and humid, and the sun isn't even out. So I'm going to have a drink of water and relax by this babbling brook. It's beautiful, listen to that. bag down for a second because I've noticed some little wild edibles that come out this time of year. Now, if you come down with me, I feel like David Bellamy, come down here. So if you look down here, you've got all this leaf litter and pine needles and stuff, but within this you have, and there's rather a large one there, look, huge. If you compare the size of my hand, they're normally around this size, so if you pick one of these, so if we take that out, now it looks like clover, but look at the heart shapes, well the club shape anyway, of the leaves. It certainly isn't, is it? So what that is that's wood sorrel. So we'll have a taste. Now, don't necessarily copy what I'm doing because you don't know what's on this. I've checked around, I don't think it's got rat pee on, things like that, but I'll check it, so let's have a taste. So crunch, crunch. That to me tastes like a cross between sort of like lemon rind and something else, I'm not sure, and maybe apple peel. The really good ones are apple peely, but you get this explosion in your mouth of sort of saliva. They're brilliant when you're thirsty, which I am at the minute, but look at them all here, there's loads of them. I'm certainly not going to take them all because, you know, I'll leave the wild flowers. I'll just pick the heads of a few. I'm not going to chafe them out of the ground, but there you go. So wood sorrel, so if you remember the shape of that leaf. Massive vine there, just by the river here. Beautiful, nice and cool down here. And I noticed, well, sometimes they're called Jack in the Hedge. I think the granddad used to call that. But I've always known this as garlic, mustard greens, sorry. Yes, it does kind of taste of mustard. Less so of garlic, that's just my personal opinion. I'm no expert on plants. I'm not going to eat this one because it's down. I don't know where this is from. If I spot any more, I'll try some, but you can use it in salads and stuff, but please wash it, because a lot of strange bugs use this one. But quite an interesting one. I love the serrated or serratus shaped leaves there, like toothed, fantastic. It's quite an easy one to spot, but an interesting plant. I've used it before in salads. It didn't blow me away. It's not like wild garlic where you think, wow, yeah, that really is a member of the onion family. I'm not sure what member this is, but it's a handy plant though, but it's so beautiful down here. Just rooting around again in the leaf litter, looking for some interesting plants, and look what I've found. Unfortunately it's not the right season, but blueberries. So later on I'll be probably, if I can get back here, once these flower, then the flowers turn into the berries, blueberries, and there's quite a few there. They sort of peter off. You've got to have the right sort of tree cover to get blueberries, I find. Here's a beech tree. You can get beech nuts off that. Not off this, it's really not big enough. But look, all blueberries. Or blaeberries if you're in Scotland, you know, there's all different names for them. I mean, the main difference between blueberries and like the European stuff is ours are blue inside, and the American ones are sort of like white, almost like a grape, which is a bit strange. There's a nice holly tree there, quite a mature one. Anyway, so I'm going to continue. I'm sorry to rattle on, but I like to show you nice, interesting plants. And that's the one I like, because it's free food, so it's right up my street. Let's continue. Right, I've crossed the water and I'm coming back on the opposite side. So rather than, what I was going to do was I was going to bear left with the water on my left, and when I got to the end, bear left again and take the higher road. It wasn't that much of a difference, so what I'm doing is I've crossed the water and I think I've located a route on the app. I'm using where I can hit this red dots until it hits a green secondary road or access road, then red, then across a bridge, and I can get back to where I need to go, and then I'll probably hang a left. Because it's beautiful on this side. I thought, I don't want to miss this. I mean, I'm really enjoying it here. Look, you've got lovely tall pines and peace, and you've got that fresh smell and pure air that you only seem to get in, like, I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's all the pine needles hitting the floor, but it's so nice. So I'm enjoying this, and I'll try not to fall over this if you hang on. There you go. You can hear the pigeons in the tree canopy there. But it's brilliant. In fact, I've just come across something here. It looks like, what on earth is that? Can you see that in the distance? It looks like a trampoline in the middle of the forest. Let's have a look. It's probably a massive bin. Let's see what it is, because I've not seen anyone. No one about. What on earth is that? Right, it looks like someone's been camping here, because you've got like a wide, I'll show you, look, you've got like a wide hollow with high sides, so you're not going to get any wind. There's question is, how did that get here? Who carried that all the way here? Because I've been walking for miles. I don't understand that. And there's a nice seat if you want to rest. Dear me. Well, God knows what's happened down here. And then, aha, someone's been boozing. Oh well, you know. If you want to booze, fair enough, but try not to leave a mess, please. And then there's a little seat if you get bored. Anyway, I'm going to continue. There's some wood sorrel. I'll have a bit of that because I'm a little bit thirsty. Let's have a look for a good one. That looks like a good one, a nice juicy one. I'll have that. Let's have a taste of that. Lemony, very lemony. Oh, there's some good fungus there, or fungi if you want to be try and be correct. Look at that. Strange, aren't they? So we'll continue, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it so far. I think this whole area, when I've had a look on that app with the routes, there's a load more routes that I can do easily. Longer ones or different routes, or starting at different points and encompassing different aspects of this area. But it's relatively unspoiled. I mean, look, humans, apart from what we've just passed there, that looked like a tip. Apart from that, humans haven't wrecked this yet, so it's beautiful. So my advice is, if you're in the northeast, come here and visit it before it's ruined by, you know, screaming brats and people shouting and screaming like idiots, and then it loses that mystique of peace and quiet. But I'm really enjoying it. The sun is out, look, proof, the sun is out, and listen to that bird. I just followed two dueling butterflies that were twirling around, and they led me to this, look, massive, it's a wild rose, look at it. It's expansive, and it goes all the way along, and the best thing is, watch, I'll test it, watch. Wow. That smells like almost like a citrusy version of Turkish Delight. So if anyone's ever had, I'll put a picture of Turkish Delight up here. Some people might not have had it, especially Americans. So that's Turkish Delight there. And basically it's like, it's a gelatin substance, but they flavour it with rose. I don't know whether, I think traditionally for perfumes they use damask rose, which has loads of petals. So You see how these have only got a few petals, look, very, very sparse, but damask rose has a lot, and it produces a very thick, pungent smell. Fantastic stuff. And they use that in fact, Indians use a lot of rose water. I'm sure there was someone at work I was talking to and they said rose water is good for skin, which I'd never heard, but I might try that, because sometimes if I'm doing long trail runs and sweating a hell of a lot, I sometimes get strange rashes, put it like that. So we're going to continue there. I'll hold this try and hold this steady for you. There you go. So we're going to continue, and as you can see behind me, I'm across the river, so I'm going to continue down that path. Beautiful here. Sun is shining up there. You can see the little stream of light there. And again, no people, nobody about, not even a Bigfoot. So come on, let's get down this track. Plants here. There's some wild raspberry there, strawberry. It's incredible here, and also there's an abundance of this. I mean, you know, different people in Scotland they seem to call it sticky willy. Sometimes we call it soldiers' buttons because of the buttons here. I think they look more like hamsters' testicles to me, but they're reminiscent of old-fashioned soldiers' buttons, shall we say. But I think the proper name is cleavers, and they've got these tiny little barbs on, and I'll show you what happens. Watch. If I pull this off, watch, there's my top. Bear in mind it's sweaty, look. Look, no hand, look, there's my hand. I'm not holding that on. See, it sticks to material. The buttons especially, look, I'll zoom in. See how the little barbs attach to the dander of the cotton there, and they do something similar to animal fur, and that's how they distribute their seeds. Well, that's one of the methods anyway. But isn't that fantastic, these tiny little barbs? So we'll zoom out there, we'll go back to 1, and I'll pull this off because I don't really want to be walking around with this. If you normally find people who walk dogs, certain dogs with long hair varieties have terrible trouble with it. It gets entangled in their ears and all sorts of things. But I'm thoroughly enjoying this. There's some, the diversity of life here is incredible, and that's because it's unspoiled. I'm loving it.
Right, I'm back. I've made it back to the village, which is absolutely beautiful. I'm happy to be back here. I'm by the road here because the car's just over there. But I thought I'd speak on the grass. I've absolutely loved it. So let's quickly recap what we went over before I start giving marks and things like that. If you can hear me over the cacophony of bird sound here. So I left Ovingham and then I just mixed and matched on the tracks. I went along to Whittle Dene eventually up to the top, and I just mixed and matched on tracks. I went right to the furthest most point, which was the northern section, and then I actually crossed over the water. I wasn't originally going to cross over the water. What I was going to do was I was going to come back on the high road on the right hand side of the water, but I decided I'll cross over, and I worked out a route, and I'm glad I did because it was absolutely beautiful. And then I crossed over again, and then I went up to the highest route, and I came back on the right hand side. So there's beautiful fields, expansive views right over to Wylam and Prudhoe, and absolutely brilliant. I did see the castle actually on the other side. It just looks like one sort of section that's left. I might have a look at that at some point, but absolutely brilliant. Excuse me, I'm dying for a drink of water here, so excuse me. Oh, it's much better. I've gone through a litre of water there because I'm so hot. So let's discuss here. So beautiful area, thoroughly enjoyed it. Down there I saw a kingfisher, but as usual it got away just as I wanted to get a photograph of it. That always happens to me. I never seem to be able to get them, but it's been fantastic. Never seen a single person apart from when I've come back to the village here. I'm now sat under the cooling branches of a weeping willow by the looks of it. It's beautiful. Just by the water, there's some stepping stones down there, which I showed you at an earlier point in the video, and I'm just really enjoying it. So I'm going to give this a really high mark. Because it's so unspoiled, you can park for free. I'm going to have to give it a 9. It's got everything. It's got sweeping views, you know, places to camp, wildlife, absolutely beautiful. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I can't really say anything bad about it. I would have preferred some big, you know, waterfalls or something cool. I did find some ruins, but I don't know what they're about. But I loved it. So thank you for joining me on this trip. I've really enjoyed it. It's time for me to get some food, or at least have some more water, because like I say, it's been hot today, even though the sun isn't even out. So you know what I'm going to say, don't you? If you enjoy this, do the same thing. Come here. Do the same thing and share it with friends and family, and encourage others to do the same thing, because that's why I do this. I want other people to go out and enjoy nature. It's our natural environment. Sitting in a house isn't. Even though I'm as guilty of that as everyone else, I sit in front of a computer editing for days on end. But I do that to encourage others. So thank you very much. Thank you for joining me. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. So I'm off because I'm absolutely starving. So get out.